Okay, the next country we're going to look at is Brazil. Brazil is the largest country in South America, um, near the Indian Ocean. It's also the most populated country. They were ruled by Portugal until 1822 they gained their independence. So the biggest industry in Portugal is agriculture. That is where much of the world's, excuse me, in Brazil, much of the world's coffee and other goods come from Brazil. There are some other businesses, but farming and agriculture is by far the biggest. They also have a growing service industry, which means teachers, waiters, doctors, basically people who serve other people in their country. This is their capital in the city of Brasilia. It sort of looks like a giant fork in a bowl, but that's their capital. Um, their government owns about 40% of the banks, and they control who can get loans and what the interest rates will be. There's also a lot of rules, strict rules about starting new businesses, which can make it very tough for people to establish themselves in the economy. It's also hard to fire workers in their economy. Um, People in Brazil offer a wide variety of goods and services. Prices are usually set by the local owners, sometimes the government. Um, Most of the service industries like electricity, telephone, internet, most of those services are provided by private companies, but they must have their prices reviewed by the government to make sure that they're charging a fair price. Probably the biggest weakness of their economy is some of their government policies. If you try and sue someone because you were treated unfairly or there was an accident, it can take years, 10, 12 years to solve the lawsuit, and there are a lot of corrupt judges who can be bribed, and it's just kind of a toilet bowl of a justice system. Also, their wealth is very unequal. They have some of the richest people in the world, as you can see, the big high-rise condos where the big shots live, which is right next to the poorest places in the entire city, some of the slums um, and poor housing. Now, when it comes to their GDP, which if we look at um, GDP per person, it only comes out to about 6,000 US dollars. So as far as the amount of goods they produce divided by the number of people they have, Brazil is a somewhat poor nation. Not the toilet bowl by any means, but definitely not one of the top in the world today.